Hello everyone, this is Johannes.
And this is Cinema.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And today we're taking a look at Star Wars Outer Rim.
Which is a new sandbox style game from Fantasy Flight Games where you're going to pick up and deliver goods, you're going to do bounties, and all different stuff in the outer rim of the universe.
So let's get to the table and see how it plays.
In Star Wars Outer Rim, you're gonna be one of 8 characters gonna move through the Outer Rim to try to be the most famous player. The goal of the game is to get to 10 fame the fastest, and the first player who does that will be the winner. This is kind of a race game. On your turn, you are gonna start by doing a planning phase. So let's say I'm Boba Fett, who's over here, and he's gonna do a planning step. So I can either move my ship around, which is symbolized by this dude. I can get some money, or I can repair and heal. So I can heal all my damage of my character and my ship up here. So let's say I'm gonna move. I can move up to the number of spaces that's on my ship. So let's say I'm just gonna move over here to Nal Hutta. And when I'm over here, I can then, because I'm on a planet, I can then do an action. I can do a market action where I buy some cards. It can be a new job, a new bounty. It can be some crew that I can get. It can be some gear for my character, some mods for my ship, and stuff like that. After I've done that, I can also deliver cargo, which is going to go to my planet. I can deliver some bounties I picked up to get famous and get money to buy more stuff and be better and better throughout the game. At the end of my round, whenever I am ending up, whatever I ended up doing, if I don't do anything, I'm going to end up by doing an encounter. And that can be either encountering some persons or contacts who are on this place. I can encounter and attack some of these patrol tokens, or I can draw one of these encounter cards, which is going to tell me something that happens on the planet I am on. And after that, it's going to be the next player's turn. That's basically a quick overview on how you play. We're not going to go deeply into the rules. So let's get back up and see what Sunova and I thought about Star Wars Outer Rim. Let's start by talking about the artwork and component. What do you think about this?
They're okay. I think it looks good. I think the board is quite different from other boards.
It's pretty cool.
The half circle, I think
Yes.
that's neat. And I think it makes the game a little bit more difficult by that you can't like move from the one end, just skip to the other end. You have to move across all of that, and I think that's cool. But other than that, it's nice artwork on the cards, but it's only like cardboard tokens. But I don't mind that really much, actually. I don't think it doesn't bother me at all.
I think it's kind of okay Fantasy Flight component quality. It's just bunch of cardboard and a bunch of cards.
Yeah.
The artwork is Star Wars. It's pretty like all the other Star Wars games. They have the card game and everything like Rebellion and all of that just put into here. I think it's kind of boring that you have standees for your person that you're moving around in space. I would have liked it to be kind of a ship or something. Some people said like, oh, you can take the X-Wing miniatures. They're a little bit big for this.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of making it a bit more, less thematic. We're going to talk more about theme later. But the fact that I'm moving my dude like on a point-to-point movement, it feels kind of strange when I'm in a ship. But I don't really mind that much. But kind of looks, I think the game looks cool. At the same time, it looks kind of boring. When I saw the pictures of this, I was like, oh, is that it? Because the map is kind of small, even though you have that like half circle, and then there's just a bunch of cards. So basically the game is a bunch of decks of cards, like 14 decks of cards, 13 or 14, I don't remember, and like the half circle. So it doesn't make that huge of it doesn't look so cool, even though it does look cool because it looks different. So it's kind of a mix for me. I think the artwork and the components are on par with all the other Star Wars FFG games.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is, even if there are a lot of cards and a lot of planets and people on the planets, it doesn't look chaotic. It's not like, oh, which planet does that belong to?
That's true,
and where am I and where are you? It's quite like easy to see what's what and where things belong. And I think that's really neat.
Absolutely.
That it doesn't confuse us.
No, it's easy to see. It's very usable.
Yeah.
Everything is easy. It's easy to have an overlook. Easy to see. Okay, where am I going? And you have all the different names on the planets. And after you play it a couple of times, you will start to remember that. Okay, Tatooine is over here. Nal Hutta is over here, and Ord Mantell is over here. And you will start to learn the galaxy. And that's kind of cool. Of course, if you're a huge Star Wars fan, you probably just know where everything else. Before you play the game, I didn't know that, but we do like Star Wars.
Yeah.
So the components and artwork is like you would find in an FPG game. So
Yeah.
nothing like wow, but it's good. It's workable and great.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add for components?
No, I think we've covered it.
So let's get to gameplay. Is this game any fun to play? Which we love fun, and this is not our usual kind of game.
No.
Like this is not a heavy, crunchy Euro game. We like light games. We like heavy games, but Euro games is kind of our mix. That's what we really like. That's the game we play the most. And this is kind of not that at all. This is just moving my dude around and rolling some dice and reading some cards and seeing what happens. So there is a lot of luck in this game.
Yeah.
So we can talk about that. Is there anything we talked about before luck? Maybe like how do you feel when you play a game? We're going to talk about theme, but I think maybe the theme and the gameplay is going to be this because
Yeah,
it's
I think
really
so too.
important for this game. We don't usually talk about theme in our reviews because Euro games, but this is going to be more. Theme will be really important for me. That's one of the reasons I bought this game, or we got the game. We have 2 copies, so we're going to get to that in another video. But yeah, this is one of the reasons I want to play this game because I love the Star Wars theme. And in, for example, Rebellion, which is an amazing game, you only played it half a time.
Yes.
But we need to play it more. But it's a big, epic game where you really, it's got this great theme and you feel like you're in Star Wars. And that's what I wanted from this. So it feels, for me, that we should talk theme first, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we should, because we like Star Wars a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So we sat down with the game and put some Star Wars music in the background.
You need that.
And we're in the zone, but it didn't gave me like the immersive Star Wars feel that I maybe was looking for. But what do you think about it?
I agree, absolutely. I felt like the theme here. I don't. It's been a while since I played Rebellion, so I don't remember why I thought that was so much more thematic. But for me, this felt like all the theme is in these cards and just a couple of lines that's saying like, oh, you find this drone and you'll destroy it, and he's a bit human, and that's the theme you get.
I think it's cool that you can flip a card and it says if you're that person, this happens, and it's thematic and you get it because you see the connection. But in Rebellion, I've only played half a time, so I can't say much about it. But you have that secretive element there that makes you adrenaline rush. Can I find him there? Do I get discovery now? So it's that cat and mouse drive there. Yeah. I think that when you don't have that, it's lacking some theme, I think.
Yeah, but I think Rebellion, we're not gonna compare them too much because this is a game in itself.
Totally different
but
games.
In Rebellion, it's telling basically the Star Wars story which you find in the movies of the Empire trying to find the Rebel base. Of course, it's gonna be different because you can be on different planets. So that's of course going to be easier to get into thematic wise because it tells a story that you've seen in a movie. In this game, it's more about telling your own story.
Yeah.
And I feel for us, I know people who love the theme in this, but for us, we just didn't get into the theme too much because it just felt like and we haven't talked too much gameplay, but you saw in the overview, you're basically moving around, and when you move somewhere, you can buy a card and then you do an encounter. So it's just like rinse and repeat over and over. So you just move somewhere, you look at a card, or you look at a dude and then look at a card, and you read the card and you see what it says, and sometimes be like, oh, this is kind of cool. Or when I was bounty hunter trying to hunt down Chewbacca, that's kind of cool, right around the other universe. And those kind of moments were really nice, but there were too few of them for me to really get immersed in the game.
Yeah, and I get what you mean. I think that also the characters that you can play as that have a huge connection to, for example, the rebels, they could be doing jobs for the Empire, which is not thematic at all. So
but then you're kind of you can make your own story about that. You can make I'm a double agent or doing. So I think if you really want to have this as a thematic game, if you really want to get into it and make your own story, if you're you're kind of doing this halfway role playing thing, I think the theme is going to be much better for you.
Yeah.
Because there is a theme here, it just didn't work for us.
Yeah. I agree.
I felt that was harder for me to tell a story that I wanted to, or experience the story of Star Wars.
Yeah, I agree. But I think it's a fun game even so, because
so let's get to the game.
I felt like I was in a race.
Yeah, it's a race game, absolutely, to get famous.
and I felt like I was watching you, and oh, you get one fame there, and next time you're gonna deliver that guy there. I need to
Ha!
like keep up the speed now. I thought that was real fun.
Absolutely, and I like a lot in this game. It's been fun at times we played it, but let's get back to what the game is. Like we talked about theme, and the theme is okay. I think some people will find it very thematic, and some people will not find it very thematic. Depends on what you want out of it and what
Yeah.
you give into it, I think. But there is theme here. But for me, like the gameplay, as I said, it's move a dude, maybe buy a card if you're at the planet, then do an encounter, either fighting a patrol or looking at some encounters, maybe fight a bounty, or look at a card, then wait until it's your turn and do the same thing again. So it's just like rinse and repeat, doing the same, moving around, delivering cargo, delivering this. And as a sandbox game, which this is like trying to be, you can like choose to do some bounties, you can choose to do this. I wish there would be maybe a couple of more things you could do.
Yeah.
It feels like I think 4 of the characters that you can start with, they start with a bounty, and it's easier to get into bounties because that's what they want to do, and it's like some things that gives more fame than other things, and
I think that is pretty balanced though.
Yeah.
Because from bounties you pretty much get like 1 or 2 fame always, but bounties are pretty lucky, so you can get like all the guys you want pretty easily, or you have to like go to one side of the board to the other to find the guys you're looking for, and you can't switch around, but that
these
also
are not the droids you're looking for.
but it's very, very lucky, and also the dice rolls to capture the actual dudes
Do
are
the
luck.
fighting,
It's luck as well. So the jobs and the cargo, that is just like go from this place to this place or something like that.
Yeah, but the jobs also usually have skill tests that you have to do.
Yes, but if there are some skill tests, you usually get some fame. If there's just a simple job that is just be here, it's usually not fame. It's like reputation or something like that. And
Monies.
I think that seems pretty balanced.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think for me, the biggest problem of this game is that it's just almost all luck based.
Yeah, it's pretty much like in this game.
It's been fun to play. I'm happy that I got to play it, but for me it's just too much luck. You can like end up you buying a card and it's my turn, and the card that comes up is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take that, and I just get 2 points and I win.
Yeah, it's very, very lucky, but I think it's also a game that it's very tactical. So you have to like, oh, this guy is a bounty here and he's in the neighboring planet because you discovered him, then I'm gonna take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And you might call that lucky, I will, but it's also playing with your advantages instead of being, no, I was going to that job over there and now I'm gonna stick to it. Then you have to like change your plans, and I think it's nice that if you like that, I think you will enjoy this game.
Yeah, like I think like, of course there's going to be a lot of luck. There's a game, as I said, with like 13 different decks of cards. So a game where you draw a lot of cards and you roll a lot of dice, there will be luck. You can mitigate it by getting more dice to roll in combat, getting better skills, so you'll be better at skill tests and
also,
stuff like that.
like seeing on the job, reading what skills you need
Yeah.
for the job.
You were
I'm
not really doing
terrible at
that, yeah. So
oh, do I need this skill? I didn't know.
I think the game is good. I think that it has an audience, but I don't think it's us.
Yeah.
We had fun playing it, but I
Yeah.
don't think I'm gonna play it again if nobody's like, oh, I really want to play it.
I think if we have some people that like Star Wars over and doesn't have played a lot of games,
Yeah.
I will gladly bring this out because it's lucky, so everyone has a chance to win, even
Yes.
though they haven't necessarily played it. And if there are a group that is into Star Wars, then you can make like sort of a role playing, like when you're a bounty hunter and you can just like, aha, I got this guy, and I think that would be the chance to play it for us.
Yeah, and also that's a really positive thing it brings up. It is a really simple game
Yeah.
rules wise. You can teach it pretty simple. It's almost like a gateway game, so it's really much easier to get to the table than Rebellion, which is a huge epic game. So if you're looking for me, like, let's final thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to final
Yeah.
thoughts. If it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, it's not for me, but I enjoy my times playing it. It's going. It's kind of almost too long. Like it takes 2 hours to play when we were 2 players, and kind of 2 player, 2 hours with 3 players. I think it's kind of almost too long for what it is, but it feels like a race. The turns goes quick when you played it a couple of times.
Yeah.
The rules are really simple, but all in all, it kind of fell flat for me in that I had fun, but it's not something I will go and play and go and look for playing. But I think that's mostly because it's not one of those games. I have all these other games that I want to play. If I want to play a Star Wars game and I have people over, as you said, I want to play it, I will play it. But other than that, it's just an okay game for me.
Yeah, I'm going to like say some other things.
Go ahead.
I thought this was going to be more interactive than it is. Interactive
yeah.
than it is. But it's only like with the specific occasions that you can actually attack each other.
Yeah.
And you can trade. So if you are a group that likes that kind of interaction, that would be cool. But we didn't try that.
No.
It's not our style.
We don't do that.
Nay. So I think it was really fun with 2. And I didn't like notice a huge change from like 2 to more players, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. It takes a little more time with more players, but it feels kind of the same.
Yeah.
Because there's not much interaction to start with. So
No.
yeah, but I think it's a really great game, but it's not for us. But if you're a little more into luck, and I think this I really enjoyed the times we played it, and sometimes I'm not looking for a heavy brain burning game, and this is really nice to just like go into it. Really simple game, you can just sit down and play and have fun, and I like that.
Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah.
That's the end of the review, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. If you have enjoyed this review and you want to see more videos from us, please click the subscribe button, and hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes.
I'm Sunniva.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.